Hello everyone, it's Darkseeker here again. Welcome to another video. Now we are back on WoW mode, it's another season, and we are looking at Secrets Paladin again. Why do I keep coming back to this deck? Well, it is incredibly overpowered, it needs no introduction. But the other purpose of this video really is to showcase the variety of decks that you end up facing on WoW mode. WoW mode is full of different kinds of deck, not just Secrets Paladin. So, let's start off with a hunter. Okay, so we have potentially the dream. We have the secret keeper into a secret. That's pretty good. Although if we play the secret next turn, we float 1 mana. That's not necessarily a good thing.
Put this apple on your head.
Oh, knife juggler. So in many ways, we have no choice here but to play a secret, and double noble sacrifice could end up working out very well for us here. So Hunter is quite popular on the WoW mode ladder, and there are different variations of Hunter. There's Face Hunter, but there's the I think the more popular mid-range version of Hunter on WoW mode using Mad Scientist. But there's also Secret Hunter as well, which I think has made its way over from standard mode in Karazhan. So we'll see what kind of a hunter this really is in the next couple of turns, probably. Misha is really annoying there. We have to trade everything in. There's a possibility of considering Coghammer so we can save a dude, but I don't think it's worth it. We have Noble Sacrifice up, so Misha's probably going to die. The only thing that really hurts us here is Unleash the Hounds, but he didn't play Unleash on the earlier turn when he had the 3 dudes on board, so... Okay, and he's going face. Of course, why would he not go face? But thank God for the little get down guy there. Noble Sacrifice, it truly was a noble sacrifice. And we can stall things out for a bit here with the second noble sacrifice. The question is, what do we want to kill? How do we want to go about doing it?
For justice.
We have to kill the 2-1, I suppose. It's just the easiest thing to kill. Lets us keep items on board. If we were to kill the Leok, we'd be doing a lot of trading. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to weaken Leok. So, Leok now weakened, sacrifices itself into Noble Sac, which is brilliant. Oh, bloody hell, really? Well, I was at 28, I'm at 23 now. That felt like a bit of a wasted kill command, but sometimes with Hunter, that's the way of things. You just have tools in your hand that are not appropriate for a particular point in time, but you feel forced to use them because you have nothing else to do. And Belcher is really good for me. It's really, really good. But we're not leaving a beast on board. Houndmaster activations, further kill command activations. It would be bad, particularly with the Sludge Belcher coming down. We do not want that to get KC'd because we left a beast on board. Quite often with Haunted Creeper, people ignore it because... Oh, an owl! When's the last time you saw an owl being played? Again, showcasing the variety of things, of decks, of cards that you face in WoW mode. Yeah, most people ignore the Haunted Creeper because they don't want to proc the Death Rattle. On that earlier turn, it was worthwhile because it was a beast, and we didn't want to leave a beast up. Okay, and we have a board here. A board that is very difficult to remove, even with Unleash the Hounds. The Divine Shield on the dude there, pretty strong, pretty strong. If he had Unleash, it would eat up 2 hounds. Oh, but there's the cavalry. We'll see how much the cavalry can actually do here. Not very much. So Cold Hammer, really, really good card. Really good card. Student Darkshire.
Back to your homes.
We get value. That's pretty good. And where possible here, we do want to avoid taking face damage. But how do you get through this board? How do you beat this board? Unleash does nothing because of the Divine Shields. It's very threatening. And, of course, turn 9 is Call of the Wild. But it's only turn 8. Thank God for that nerf.
I smell blood.
Okay, now we're in a position where Unleash does something because of the number of minions that we have on board. You could argue that Unleash and a hero power and something else potentially puts you in range of dying. So there is consideration actually for how much do we put on the board. Do we flood? Is flooding dangerous? I mean, here he'd have 8, 9, 10. He'd have had 10 damage. Wow, this was a lot closer than I thought. A lot closer than I thought. This actually showcases the power of Hunter, in this case Face Hunter, with those charging minions. Oh, it was very close. Okay. This next one's against a Druid. Now, Druid, Malagos Druid comes to mind, Beast Druid comes to mind, Token Druid comes to mind on Wild Mode. And the opening hand there is a little challenging. There's no Secret Keeper, there are no secrets. There's nothing of great consequence for us. And it is Beast Druid, and he's going crazy. So, Druid, with this early start, can just snowball the game. Innovate, I call it a cheat card because it is a cheat card. I mean, it's like the Shaman's Overload, but much more effective in terms of letting you play more than you should be allowed to play for a turn. But unlike Overload, it doesn't punish the Druid on the following turn. All they have is a couple of less cards in hand to play with, so they can run out of cards quickly. But if you can keep the pressure up, playing big minions turn after turn, it doesn't matter if you end up with an empty hand early on. In the end, you just win due to board pressure. So Innovate, as I say, bit of a cheat there, but I can deal with this. I have Consecration, which is pretty good, so it's fine. And if things get really bad, there is the Sludge Belcher for turn 5, so I'm in an okay... I feel like I'm in an okay position here, but another Innovate could cause me a problem. Oh wow, really? Really? A 5-2? Is he that desperate? Is he that desperate to be aggressive here? And I'm going to get my value now. I'm getting my value straight away here. The Divine Shields on the Spectral Spiders are so useful. I'm likely to take some damage to the face though.
Another night on the
Oh, he didn't have swipe. Okay. And I presume he's just going to go face. Yep. To the face he goes. And this is actually now scary because I'm down to 12. A couple more, you know, a couple more big beasts would be very problematic for me. Double swipe is something still in his deck. That's very problematic. Yeah, so a charging beast with swipes, and I could actually be dead.
Where shall I strike?
And he's charging it. Yup, there we go. Oh, right, okay, didn't go face. Actually valued killing the Steward. But now I start with the Sludge Belcher, and I'm putting up a wall of defense here against the Druid. The idea is I need to protect my face because my health total is incredibly low, and Belcher should be enough to seal the game. And if there was any doubt, Lazoth will bring back a double Sludge Belcher. That turn 10, when it happens, is going to be insane. Presuming both Belchers die before turn 10, and I imagine they will.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Wow, Curator. Okay. Well, there's Dr. 8, that's Tyrion in the house, and with Tyrion, again, sealing this game, I think, because N'Zoth with a double Belcher and Tyrion is just so overpowered. Undoubtedly, N'Zoth on Wild Mode is 10 times more disgusting than N'Zoth on Standard Mode, just because of the quality of the Death Rattle minions that you can bring back to life. They're just so powerful.
For justice.
Right, so next turn is Tyrion. And with 2 taunts on board, we're safe. Yeah, that's not the kind of minion that you want to play when there are lots of 1/1s on board that can trade in. But he feels he has no choice. He feels as if he has to work his way through the Sludge Belcher, and that's the beauty of Belcher. It's a double-layered taunt, which I bet nobody misses in Standard Mode. Put our faith in the light. Good old reliable Tyrion. Now, he does exist on Standard, and I'm sure people don't like seeing him. But Divine Shield, 6/6, and the Ashbringer, I reckon Tyrion is probably the best legendary in the game in terms of sheer value, and sheer long-term value in a game. Ashbringer hitting for 5 over 3 turns is insane. He's just doing everything he can here. And you look at this and you think, hey, I've got this game, right? What could possibly go wrong at this juncture in time? What could go wrong? Need to consider here how I go about killing that. I think keeping the taunts alive is key. We've already seen a charging Druid of the Claw, so we know he can charge things at me. So just keeping taunts alive is the safest play, I reckon.
Reporting for duty.
So what could go wrong? What could go wrong? He is nearly dead. Well, that... Oh, I just saw Savage Roar in hand. Yeah, Deathwing. That is something that can go wrong. But I have N'Zoth. Oh, he didn't... of course, the Ashbringer. I had N'Zoth. I would have got both Belchers and the Tyrion back. So in the end, Deathwing there. Nice tech decision for this guy to put it in, but it wasn't enough.
I will command the light.
Okay. This next game. It's a Paladin. Now, the question you ask is, what kind of Paladin? On Wild Mode, I see all kinds of Paladins. I see Murloc Paladin from time to time. Not often, but occasionally. Secrets Paladin is the most popular. But then there's Egg Paladin. You know, playing dragon eggs, Nerubian eggs, and all other kinds of eggs. You know. So, it does raise that question. What kind of a Paladin? Regardless, my opening hand is very strong. I have double Creeper, just very sticky, presence on the board. Oh look, it's all about the eggs. Runic Egg, here we go. So you know what kind of a strategy is going to be played here. He is going to flood the board, and I'm saying to I Like Cabbage there, Consecration is really needed here. He'll flood the board, and he'll play Blessing of Kings on something, and he'll make his board difficult to take down. He'll play Defender of Argus. That is what this guy's going to do. Okay, here comes the board flood. And I'm actually going to draw the card there. It's fine. I want to get minions off the board where I can. That's less room for defender activation, or less room for Blessing of Kings activation. Yeah. Or should I have just left the 0-2 on board? Was it even worth me drawing him a card, given that he couldn't activate it? I don't know. Oh, there's a Nerubian egg. Okay, that's really scary. And another runic egg. Okay. So, the Nerubian, really, really scary here. Because look, he's popped his creeper here. He's going for that board. Consecration here now, not so good of an option because of Nerubian egg. I could Coghammer here and take various things out on this board. We just keep the Nerubian alive. I'm trading first.
For justice.
Because neither minion dies, and then we get the shield on board. That's fine. Looking ahead at my hand, there is Sludge Belcher, there's Noble Sacrifice, both are pretty good.
None may steal us.
Okay, he's activating his own egg, sure. So do we still ignore that? Do we still consider killing it? No, this is quite difficult, actually. This is quite difficult. So we could trade our face in. We could play the Knife Juggler. So we could trade our face into the 3-2. Actually, maybe that's not such a good plan. No, we kill the 3-4, right? You don't want to pop that Nerubian on my turn. You want to let him pop it on his turn, so he can't use that 4-4 on his turn. That's the logic there. Yeah, because if I pop the Nerubian with my face, he'd now be able to use the 4-4. This way, he'll trade. It'll get popped, but he can't then use the 4-4. Yeah, that's the logic. And of course, if he can't kill my Knife Juggler, I'm going to be popping that Haunted Creeper on my next turn. So this is a game of board control, and in some ways board flooding, especially on his part. Especially on his part. I have one Consecration in this deck.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, I like Cabbage says this is fine. And he's saying Sludge Belcher. It's an on-curve play, is Sludge Belcher. I'm pondering playing a Creeper and a Minibot because it's 2 minions. I'll get 2 juggles.
For justice.
So you need to think about the trades here. Do I start by putting my face into something, or do I start by putting the Haunted Creeper into something? I could just play my minions first. This is actually quite challenging. This is quite hard. I want to maximise my opportunities to kill the 4-4. So again, pondering what I trade into first. The Juggler has 2 health, so that's sensible. Using it to kill a 1-1. Now we maximise those juggles. Come on. Oh wow. Oh, thank God. Right, we got there in the end. Some of you watching this will be thinking, why was I taking so long deliberating over that? It was in the end, we wanted to clear that board. In particular, we wanted that 4-4 to die. Now, we accomplished it after probably too much thought, but we accomplished it. Mysterious Challenger, Doctor 6 coming down on our next turn. That's going to be really hard for him to deal with. Oh my God, and there's Sylvanas. I'm just saying to I like Cabbage, my opponent there has been playing a little slow. And what do I mean by that? Usually against a deck like this Egg Paladin, usually you're overwhelmed by this point in the game and you're dying because they're just filling the board, flooding the board, and it's over very, very, well, not very quickly, but the games don't last that long. So it makes me wonder. Oh, yeah, I had to wonder, right? I had to ask, yes. I had to ask. Oh, it's Dr. 7. Dr. Boom. So, decisions. How do we go about this? We can get a like-for-like trade, a boom into a boom. We can kill his Dr. Boom using the Belcher maybe, and some minions on board if juggles go our way. But no, I'm actually going face.
Back to your homes.
I'm going face. Oh! Okay, now I trade. Now I trade. Because that bomb damaged my my challenger. It's a damaged challenger. Soaked up an attack from one minion. May as well trade it into boom. Okay, that's fine. I was pondering just ignoring his board and just going all out face. Also, trading Belcher in and hoping juggles from minions, juggles from the knife juggler, killing his Dr. Boom. That's a very unlikely outcome. So I'm not sure what was going through my mind there. I'd have needed 3 perfect juggles to hit Boom for Boom to have died after the Belcher trade-in. That wouldn't have worked out, I don't think. So I think this was the next best option. Where do the juggles go? Okay, hits a bomb. Where does the bomb go? Animation, animation, animation. Oh, sludge Belcher. Okay, the Belcher has taken 1 for the team. But there's Sylvanas. No time for games. And I guess we have to break our way through Tyrion, right? And there goes the Belcher. Sorry, there goes the Juggler. We have sacrificed our Knife Juggler, but I value the Steward of Darkshire more so than the Juggler. And on top of that, there is a taunt, a slime in the way. He'll have to trade his face in. It's over. Sylvanas is on board. Whatever big thing he plays, she'll go into that and steal something. But he's not the kind of deck that plays big things. I mean, you can see a Direwolf Alpha there, those synergize with the eggs. He plays lots of small things. So maybe Sylvanas isn't so good, but look at her now. She's just been buffed up. She's just been buffed up by Avenge, and she's really threatening. It's over. Oh, look at that. Blessing of Might with Blessing of Kings. That was all meant to go to my face if he'd ever had board control and would have killed me. Yeah, quite an aggressive Egg Paladin. But look at my board. How's he going to get through? And my health total is very high. It's over. Noble Sacrifice here, not really doing much, so yeah, he recognises that, and if there was any doubt, we had Dr. 7 in hand, and we streak into rank 10. I like Cabbage there wanting to steal stuff. Yeah, so this video has demonstrated the sheer variety of decks on the Wild Mode ladder. It isn't all Secrets Paladin, as people like to think. No, there are other decks out there. There are Hunters. There are Egg Paladins. So this Demopolis Secrets Paladin, which I've now played for the last 2 seasons, is really, really good at just being a general deck that can counter lots of other decks on the ladder. The strength of Secrets is significant, should never be underestimated, and for the time being, I do not think there's going to be any one deck that can unseat Secrets Paladin from its seat at the top of the Wild Mode ladder. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone, and if you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe. I'd be very grateful, and I'll see you all again very soon.